Shalom. All right, this is your brother Samat coming to you in another lesson in transit, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, and double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. All right, so I was watching some lessons on my commute, and I wanted to, Spirit hopped on me to just kind of talk about the importance of, taking care of yourself first spiritually and second physically, and the importance of why you have to do it spiritually. Because everything that happens in the spirit translates to the physical. All right? Everything that happens in the spiritual translates to the physical. Very simple concept to understand. So you got to first start off by changing the way you think, right? The way you move, your convictions, your disciplines, what drives you, what motivates you, what keeps you in check, what keeps you consistent. I like to lump mentality and spirituality all in the same thing. When you really look at it in the same, in the grand scheme of things, it's really the same. Because your spirituality drives your mentality, pretty much, right? Because Matthew 6 chapter, we don't place our hearts in this world, anything of this world. Why? Because we know that it's all gone, it's all perishable and corruptible. So our hearts are not in it. And that gives us that's the mentality we have. We'll have nice things, and we'll do certain things, and we'll buy things, but we don't hold and attach any value to any of these carnal possessions, because it's all vanity at the end of the day. It's all folly. Even if we just do some kind of folly, obviously, within the law, if you go out with the brothers and get a drink and dance, whatever. As long as within the confines of the law, it's still folly at the end of the day. We don't hold near and dear to any of these things. These things don't genuinely motivate us and excite us to the point where it's, we want to, man, life is really worth living. You know what I mean? Brothers travel too. Brothers travel, go to different countries, and have a good time. But again, that's not what excites us to the point where we're like, damn, life is really worth living. Brothers have a business, or brothers got make a decent living. All right, none of those things again excite us to the point where we think that I want this place to keep going on forever. And if you are in that spirit, it really trickles down to the point of this lesson, is that you have to change the way you think, you have to change the way you move, because if you do not, well, guess what? You're going to be swallowed up by the the lust and dainties of this world. All right, so first you got to start spiritually. All right, well, what motivates you and drives you to keep pushing in this truth? All right, and if you don't really know, it's okay, but you have to figure out what areas of opportunity or for growth do you have in this truth. All right, is it wisdom? Is it prophecy? Is it edification? Is it exhortation? Whatever. What are you in a spirit where you need to motivate more? Well, maybe you need to fix your diet. Is it your diet? Maybe feeling better physically will help you think and move better in the spirit. All right, those things are intangible. They're interchangeable. You can't have one without the other. All right, you can't expect to think and perform at your best mentally and spiritually if you are physically diseased, right? Because disease is just when the body's not at ease. So if you're physically diseased, you're not going to perform well, right, at your best. That's why health is so important. Your diet, your nutrition, right? Fasting for both spiritual and physical benefits is very important. So brothers should be practicing regular fast, right? You should be intermittent fasting, giving your body a break, and not eating until later in the day. Now, obviously, if you start your day super early, that later is a little different for you. I usually start my day between 6 and 7, meaning I'm up 5 a.m., 5:30, but I'm starting work 6, 7 a.m. So usually I'll break fast, anytime after 11. Usually, a lot of times it's late, 1, 2 o'clock, but that just depends on my day. But that's one example. If you're a brother, again, that starts early in your day, 4 a.m., all right, you may break fast at 10 a.m. All right, but at least you've put forth some type of effort, some type of work prior to just stuffing your stomach a little bit, you know what I mean? So, all right, and go into 24-hour fast, and amongst many other things, So you got to be mindful of exactly everything you're doing. Right? Benefit your spirit, benefit your body, and just keep yourself in check. Keep yourself in check. All right, very, very important. All right. So I didn't want to make this too long. I just want to share this word a little well, and I can kind of dive a little bit more deeper into this. But that was pretty much the point. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory again to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, and double honors to the elders and apostles, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.